next concept is a section of human ovary, that is TS of human ovary. Already we have studied the structure of female reproductive system. So where we have studied the primary sex organs are the pair of ovary, okay, where the oogenesis takes place, that is ovum or egg production. So the ovary, the shape is oval in shape. So when we take out the section of ovary is divided into two stages, okay, or two compartments we can tell. So this ovary section, the portion or the cytoplasm, this cytoplasmic or matrix content here, it is called as, okay, so the complete matrix content here, it is called as stroma, where this stroma is divided into outer cortex and inner medullary portion, okay. So complete matrix is called as a stroma, whereas the peripheral region, so the edge region, this side place position, we call it as a cortex, and the center thing we call it as stromal medulla, stromal cortex. All this follicles development specially takes place in the cortex region, not in the medulla. In medulla, what happens, there will be a blood supply connection to the developing follicles, which in turn supplies blood, nutrients as well as the hormones to the different follicles, okay. So next, always this ovary is covered by a layer, a cuboidal epithelium layer, that we call it as germinal epithelium, okay. Here the epithelium is cuboidal, okay. We have studied the types of epithelium, where in a cuboidal epithelium, this is called as cuboidal cells epithelium, and this ovary is attached to the uterus by one layer, okay, the layer called peritoneum. So using this layer or the structure, this ovary is get attached to the uterus, okay. So now we can see here in the stromal cortex region, there are different kinds of follicles. So the follicle development already we know, in term of oogenesis we should understand the structure, okay. Those are primordial follicles, the first formed follicles, which in turn converted into primary follicles, secondary follicles, tertiary follicles, and later they are converted into the matured follicles called as Graafian follicles, okay. This follicular development will be helped by one of the hormone called as FSH, okay. Follicle stimulating hormone, what it does, they help in the production or the development of the different follicles. And remember, each single primary follicle will produce single matured one Graafian follicle every month. That is, during our menstrual phase, what happens, a single primary follicles get developed into a single Graafian follicle for a month, okay. And this Graafian follicle consists of the secondary oocyte, when in turn, when it comes with the contact with the sperm in the female body, that oocyte, secondary oocyte, get converted into egg or ovum, okay, where the fertilization takes place and it converts into zygote, okay. This till Graafian follicle there will be development. After the maturation of Graafian follicle, with the help of LS search, luteinizing hormone, that is, by the help of LH search, there will be a rupturing of this Graafian follicle. Graafian follicle get ruptured, and this secondary oocyte will be released from the ovary into the fallopian tube, and this process we call it as ovulation. Soon after the rupturing of a Graafian follicle, matured follicle, where here there is no oocyte now, okay, that structure is get converted into corpus luteum, and in turn corpus luteum produces which hormone? Progesterone, okay, which is also called as pregnancy hormone, which maintains pregnancy. If there is no fertilization, we know this corpus luteum get converted into corpus albicans, okay, which leads to the menses or menstruation. So this is the structure, okay, covered by germinal epithelium, okay, and connected to the uterus with the help of a peritoneum layer. The matrix of the ovary called as a stroma, which is divided into two positions. The outer peripheral region we call it as stromal cortex, and the center middle portion we call it as medulla. All these follicles are present in the cortex region only. The follicle development starts with the primordial means first formed, okay, first build up primordial follicles, then it gets converted into primary, secondary, tertiary, then to the matured follicle called as Graafian follicle. This follicle development will be helped by the hormone FSH. Soon after the Graafian follicle is produced, so there will be hormonal changes, LH production will be increased. How this LH production will be increased? Why? Because of when the follicles are developed, the follicle in turn produces which hormone? Yes, the follicle produces hormone estrogen. Estrogen gives a signal to the pituitary gland to lessen the production of FSH and increase the production of LH. Because of this reason, so Graafian follicle get converted or ruptured. It starts rupturing and it releases the secondary oocyte, the process called as ovulation. Soon after the Graafian follicle will be ruptured, they get converted into corpus luteum, okay, which produces progesterone hormone. If there is no fertilization, okay, what happens? This corpus luteum get converted into corpus albicans. Same thing, now the cycle starts, okay. Again, there may be some few gonial cells here. Again, they convert into primordial, primary, secondary, tertiary, Graafian. So this will be for each month, one primary follicle produces one Graafian follicle, which releases one secondary oocyte every month. Okay, so this is the structure of TS of human ovary. Students, today we are dealing with the one more structure in the human reproduction chapter. So that is mammary glands or breasts. So far we have finished the female reproductive system and its structure of external genitalia. So today the mammary gland. So the functional mammary gland is one of the characteristics of female mammals. So hence the name class Mammalia has come from the presence of the functional mammary glands. Mammary glands are always in the pairs, okay, and they are the modified sweat gland, okay. So these mammary glands are one of the modified sweat gland. Hence we can say this mammary glands are made up of glandular tissues. We know what glandular tissues does. They secrete what secretions, okay. They are meant for, glands are meant for secretes. Like sweat glands are meant to secrete the sweat glands. Sebum or sebaceous gland which helps to secrete the sebum. Salivary gland which helps to secrete the saliva. In the same way, so this mammary glands basically they are the modified sweat gland, which the function is to produce or to secrete milk during the lactation process, okay, that is after the childbirth. So that is one of the most important post fertilization event. So end of the human reproduction, that is lactation or breast milk feeding. Okay, so we'll study the structure. They may ask for 5 marks or for 3 marks also sometimes, okay. So get practiced with the diagram of mammary gland, okay. As I told, they are made up of they are of modified sweat gland. So this mammary gland Okay, we know it is bulged shaped, okay, always in pairs. And this mammary glands are functional in female individuals as they are non-functional in male individuals. In female individuals it is, in female they are functional, but in males they are non-functional, or sometimes this non-functional is also called as vestigial. Okay, they will be present in our body, but it is non-functional. Such organs or structures we call it as vestigial gland. Okay, so in females it is functional one, which helps to secrete the milk during the lactation process. So it consists of many lobes, mammary lobes. Okay, especially this mammary gland contains some glandular tissue along with fat. Okay, there are more fat is deposited in the mammary gland. Along with the fat, there will be some glandular tissues. So the tissues are composed of in such a way lobes, within that lobes alveoli, ducts, etc. So here within each mammary gland, that is a breast, they contain 15 to 20 mammary lobes. Okay, these are lobes. I have drawn here 3 lobes which you can see. These are the 3 lobes. Okay, they contain 3 lobes, where these lobes are made up of sac like or pouch like structures. We call it as alveoli or alveolus. Okay, where the main production or secretion of milk takes place during the lactation process, or once the female starts the gestation period or pregnancy period. Once the female starts, no, so the milk getting produced or secreted in the alveolus of a mammary lobe. There are many in number. Okay, all this alveolus, no, or the lobes are connected by a common ducts that we call it as mammary ducts. This mammary ducts goes and join with the one more structure, this bulged portion. It is bulged kind, that portion we call it as, or that part we call it as ampulla. Okay, from the ampulla there will be several branches which is spread towards a single point. This structure we call it as nipple, where all this ampulla will be get connected with the help of a duct called as lactiferous duct during the lactation. So using the nipple, the milk will be sucked physically or mechanically by the baby. So the milk will be sucked from the lactiferous duct. The outside layer where this breast is covered, the covering of a breast or mammary gland, we call it as areola, and behind it is strongly attached to the rib muscles. Okay, this is the rib muscles where this mammary glands are, a pair of mammary glands are attached. So now there are some points. I hope you understood. Many lobes are present, that is 15 to 20 lobes. Within this 15 to 20 lobes there are alveoli where the milk is secreted and stored. Okay, and there is a common duct from all these lobes called as mammary ducts connected with the ampulla, then at last with the lactiferous duct from where the milk will be sucked during the lactation. Now the point is not only the physiological factor between the mother and baby helps to produce the milk in the breast. Not only physiological aspects, there are some hormonal action also. In the same way, nervous tissues help, means gives the stimulation. The hormones are, there are 2 important hormones which helps to secrete the milk in the mammary glands. Those hormones are oxytocin and prolactin. So these are the two hormones which helps to produce the milk in the mammary gland. And one more thing, what the milk consists of. The mother milk consists of maximum amount of water, some minerals like potassium, okay, sodium, understood, phosphorus. So like this, some elements will present. Along with these two, some minerals, there are a protein called as milk protein, that is casein. This is a milk protein, as well as a milk glucose, okay, the sugar which is present in milk, that is lactose, along with the water, okay. Even the first milk which is produced soon after the childbirth within the mammary gland, the stock, the first milk, we call it as colostrum. Even some amount of antibodies are also present within this colostrum. Antibodies which helps the baby to fight against the diseases, which is like an immune mechanism. Okay, so this is about the mammary glands.